Hi everyone, my name is Alan Villarreal and I would be presenting my work ethics project. So what work ethnicity word will I be going over today? Dedication. And y'all may be wondering, why did I decide to pick dedication over other work ethnicity or ethic words like hard work or responsibility or organization? Well, here's my why. Dedication to me is the first word that comes to mind whenever I think of work ethic. And the reason being is because dedication is what has helped me so much whenever it is come to working towards any goals that I have in life, whether it is uh, to do well on a test or get a certain job or whatever. And I believe that dedication is the key to success, because if you fully commit yourself to something and you're consistently working towards your goal every day, you will get better at and you will get closer to achieving whatever goal it is that you have in life. And dedication was something that really helped me a lot through my life whenever it came to achieving the things that I wanted to achieve. And another word that I like to use a lot that is very similar to dedication is consistency. So it's all about, are you consistently working towards your goal, or are you only working and striving for your goal maybe once a week or once a month, or instead of, not every single day, but almost every single day working towards your goals in life. So, all right, so now we're going to talk about some examples. So a really good example for to show about dedication are athletes. So any professional athlete, whether it's football, basketball, or baseball, in order for them to have gotten to the point where they're at in their careers, it took a lot of dedication for them. These athletes didn't get to the point where they're at by only training once a week they had to train almost every single day to be getting better at their sport. And even then, where they are at the level right now, they still have to train to become better and stay in the league, because this is their job. And in order to keep your job, you have to keep getting better and better and better. And I think dedication is one of the main things when it comes to athletes. Athletes just don't get to where they are at in their careers without dedication, without putting in that time, and without putting in all that training and all that effort to become the best that they can be at the sport. And then a really good example of dedication is bodybuilders. So these bodybuilders, in order for them to compete, they have to train and go to the gym at least 5 to 6 times a week. And not only that, but they have to be on a prep diet where they have to eat very specific meals and have to meet their macros. And in order for them to get their body to where they want it to be for show day. And if that doesn't represent dedication, then I don't know what does, because you have to dedicate yourself to going to the gym that much, and dedicate yourself to that diet. Because if you don't, like, let's say you just want to sneak in like a cheeseburger from McDonald's or something like that, and that could literally cost them winning the contest. So it takes a lot of dedication for bodybuilders in order to be successful. And sometimes they have to stick to these very strict diets for about 4 to 5 months. And so I just think personally that bodybuilding is a very good example of dedication, because they don't get to where they are at without dedication. Okay, so now I'm going to be talking about some personal examples, since I talked about some other examples. The personal examples that I would be going over is from whenever I was in FFA. For example, whenever I raised livestock and whenever I was an FFA officer and whenever I was on leadership development event teams and career development event teams. So showing livestock. So here's a couple pictures of when I used to show livestock in high school. There's me showing my heifer at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. And then there's a picture of me showing my market lamb. So how does showing livestock help me, or how did determination help me with showing my livestock? So when it comes to showing livestock, there is a lot of responsibility, and some of the things that you have to do when taking care of livestock is you have to feed animals twice a day. You have to go in the morning before you go to school, and then you have to go and feed after the school. And then not only that, you have to clean their pens every single day, and you also have to be grooming them for them to have good hair, and bathe them at least once or twice a week. And you also have to be training them. And dedication is what helped me be successful with my livestock projects in high school. So I specifically remember that in my senior year of high school, I dedicated myself to working hard with my animals every single year, and it turned out really good for me because I had a lot of success with my animals, and I know for a fact that if I didn't have the determination that I had that year, I wouldn't have been that successful. Every day I would go to the barn and spend about 3 or 4 hours with my animals, and I really think determination was what helped my work ethic with my animals that day. And it showed me, wow, if I dedicate myself to other goals that I have in life, I can achieve a lot more. And that determination just helped me stay motivated throughout that entire time I had my animals, because I had my animals for about 7 to 8 months, and it really did help me a lot, and I saw a lot of improvement from the start to the end. And then, so here's a couple pictures, or a couple more pictures of FFA. So this is me and my officer team, and a picture of me at my award ceremony after I retired as an officer. And what determination also helped me with, it helped me become an officer and work with my team. So in this picture to the right is the officer team that I worked with my senior year, and we all worked together to serve our chapter and plan out monthly meetings. And it took a lot of determination for us to, even though we all had other things going on, 3 of us were seniors on that team, and we were applying for schools and colleges. Meanwhile, we also all had animals and were part of other clubs. We were still determined to make sure that we cared about our FFA chapter and our members, and we made sure that we had put on good meetings for all of our members throughout the year. And then to the left are some of my awards from my leadership development teams and career development event teams that I had to practice a lot for with whenever we competed against other schools. And I know that determination was another key factor into that, because every week we had to practice and memorize our scripts for those teams. And again, we wouldn't have had the success that we had without determination, which is why I think determination is one of the most important work ethic words to me. So what could happen if you don't dedicate yourself to things? And this doesn't mean that it's going to happen, but it's just what could happen if you don't ever dedicate yourself to achieving the goals that you want in life. So one thing is, you could decrease your chances of being successful with any of the goals that you have. So it's like, oh, like for example, I want to be healthy and I want to be strong. Well, if you're eating junk food and only training and going to the gym like once a week, you're not necessarily going to achieve that goal. Whereas if you dedicated yourself and you started eating healthy and started working out, you could see some differences and you could definitely achieve your goal. And another thing is, if you don't ever dedicate yourself to anything, you could miss out on all of the goals that you wanted to accomplish. And you're like, oh man, what if I would have dedicated myself? And then I could have been this, and I could have been that. And I wanted to give some examples of people that didn't dedicate themselves in life. And I think a perfect example is Johnny Manziel. So for those who don't know who Johnny Manziel is, he was a former Texas A&M quarterback, and he was very, very good. And he was so good that he won the Heisman Trophy his freshman year of college, which is given to the best college football player in the country. And he went on to go get drafted by the first round, in the first round by the Cleveland Browns in 2014. However, once he made it to the league, he didn't really dedicate himself. He never watched film. He was skipping practices. He was partying a lot, going to clubs, and this would lead to him only playing 2 seasons in the NFL with the Browns. He was shortly released in 2015 or 2016, and it was all because he didn't dedicate himself when he was in the league. And just because you make it to the pro leagues, you still have to train and dedicate yourself to getting better and better. Otherwise, you won't be in the league and you'll lose your job, and everything that you've ever worked for will just go down the drain. And that's kind of what happened to Johnny Manziel. And so that's why I think it's really important to dedicate yourself to any of your goals that you have, or just dedicate yourself to your work ethic. And last but certainly not least, how can dedication help you? I've already mentioned this. It can truly help you achieve your goals in life. When whatever it is, dedication can really help you. And it also helps you to become more consistent with anything. I know that back when I was in orchestra in high school, dedication would help me whenever I practiced and try to become better at my instrument. And it definitely helped me be a lot more consistent with wanting to practice almost every single day. And another thing that how dedication can help you is just it can allows you to get better at anything you want to get better at. So let's say you want to get better at cooking. Well, if you truly study, ways for you to improve your cooking skills, and you practice cooking several times each week, you will progress through your cooking skills. And it goes for anything in life. It can help you progress through anything. And that's why I think dedication is very, very important to your work ethic. And that is all that I have for today. So thank you guys. This is my work ethic project.